Corporate data is a highly targeted asset. Today's threat landscape exploits the slightest crack in defenses, making rigorous protection a daily necessity. When companies hear ISO 27001, many picture a framed piece of paper hanging in a lobby. But an audit certificate doesn't protect servers. To actually secure your infrastructure, you need an active defense mechanism. We are going to walk through a precise 7-step roadmap to build a continuous shield around your data. Following these specific steps takes disconnected security tasks and structures them into a unified, certified system. It proves to the market that your data protection is measured, tested, and active. Step 1 starts in the boardroom. You must secure executive commitment. If you want budget and resources, you have to present the direct financial and operational impact of cyber risks to top management. With leadership on board, you form the Information Security Management System, or ISMS, team. This group pulls representatives from IT, HR, legal, and finance, with a cybersecurity specialist acting as the core driver to keep the project moving. Next is Step 2, defining your scope. Attempting to lock down every single corporate asset on day one is the fastest way to drain your budget and stall the project. Instead, you conduct an asset inventory. You locate your most sensitive databases, critical servers, and physical locations, and draw a precise boundary around them. Everything inside this perimeter is your immediate target for protection. Anything outside is excluded from this phase of the implementation. A ruthlessly defined scope focuses your limited budget and manpower exactly where the organization is most vulnerable, keeping the project manageable and setting clear boundaries. Step 3 is the logic engine of the entire framework, risk assessment. You have to identify what threats face the assets you just scoped out. This matrix visualizes your risk analysis. You list the threats and vulnerabilities, then plot them based on their likelihood of happening and the financial impact if they do. Once plotted, you have options for treatment. You can accept low-impact risks, avoid them by changing your business processes, or transfer the financial burden by purchasing cyber insurance. The fourth and most critical strategy is to mitigate. By applying targeted security controls, you force those high-severity risks to drop into the yellow or green zones. The result of this process is your Statement of Applicability, or SOA. This document lists all 93 possible security controls from the ISO framework, explicitly stating which ones you are including, which you are excluding, and why. The SOA serves as your definitive architectural blueprint. When the external auditor arrives, this is the exact document they will use to evaluate the legality and design of your system. Now you move to Step 4, executing the ground game. This is where you physically and digitally deploy the security controls you selected in your SOA. You begin by implementing the technical requirements. This means enforcing multi-factor authentication across all accounts and segmenting your networks to contain potential breaches, and establishing rigorous, tested backup and recovery protocols. Technical walls require administrative reinforcement. You also have to write clear operational policies and conduct continuous awareness training for your staff. A $1 million firewall is entirely bypassed if an untrained employee hands their password to an attacker. The administrative controls ensure the human element is actively defending the perimeter. Step 5 is active vigilance. This dashboard tracks key performance indicators. You must monitor your systems 24/7 to measure how quickly and effectively you detect and respond to security events. Alongside digital monitoring, you schedule regular internal audits. These reviews catch policy drift, identifying where departments are slipping before those errors turn into system failures. This data feeds directly into Step 6, management review. The executive team examines the audit results and incident reports and issues corrective actions to force the system to evolve and close newly discovered vulnerabilities. Once your system is fully operational and continuously improving, you face Step 7, the external audit. This happens in 2 stages. First, the auditor conducts a rigorous review of your documentation to ensure your plan meets the standard. Then, in Stage 2, they test the practical, real-world execution of those controls on your network. Clearing both stages earns the certification. It proves to your clients and partners that your data protection is a verified operational reality. Throughout this entire process, you have to follow one strict rule. If an action or policy is not documented on paper, to an auditor, it does not exist. To manage that heavy administrative load, automate repetitive security tasks wherever possible. Using vulnerability scanners and automated logging prevents operational burnout within your teams. By completing these 7 steps, you take an exposed network and rebuild it into a structurally secure system. The ISO 27001 journey is a demanding process, but applying this framework guarantees corporate trust, protects your reputation, and verifies your security. Start with step 1 and build your shield.